All right, we're live. What's up, Logan? How we doing?
Doing good, Zach. How are you, man?
Phenomenal. Thanks for hopping on here and sharing some of your experience and some wins you got with TurboTax so far. It's been fun watching you just leverage the software uh, for texting, obviously, but also for the website and credibility and a few other features. So we'll kind of get into that. But I wanted you to hop on here, share some of your wins, your experience. I know you're big into telesales. That's mainly what you do, if not 100% of the time, right?
Yeah,
So
95. So
awesome. Yeah. So, so I mean, yeah, Logan's been crushing it with telesales. I just keep seeing like new sale, new sale, new sale, like almost every day. So it's been fun to watch him do big things in the telesales world, where a lot of people that were doing in home are going to telesales, and he's getting it dialed in now. And I wanted to quickly show your Instagram handle down at the bottom for anyone watching that wants to go ahead and follow Logan. He is definitely a rising star in the insurance world and worth the follow. So right there at the bottom, if you guys want to follow D Logan O'Brien, and then cool. I just wanted to jump in here and before we get started and kind of talk about TurboTax, the software, telesales, all that good stuff, so you can share your tips and tricks. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you're from, what were you doing before insurance, and kind of your experience so far.
yeah, that's a great question. I'd be happy to. So before insurance, I was an independent car dealer for the last 4 years, and buying, selling cars at auctions or private party. Fix them up, resell them.
Hmm.
Pretty simple, but I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. Um, and a couple different business ventures here and there. Car rental and drop shipping, all this other stuff. I kind of tried out and see what I was gonna like.
Hmm.
And then about 6 months ago, the car market imploded. All the big guys like CarMax and Carvana came in and started overpaying for cars at the auction because of inflation, and it kind of pushed all of us small guys out, to where I was used to making a certain amount of income per month, and then that dropped, and I was like, well, what do I do now? So there's about a 4 month period where I was just super lost, not really knowing. I didn't want to go back to like work at a dealership or anything like that, because a lot of people that may work at a dealership that are watching, that you live there 24/7. There's no vacations,
Hmm.
and you're there for the holidays. So I didn't want to go back and do that. So I really started praying on it, and I was scrolling on TikTok one night, if you guys know that app, and I started seeing interviews of people on Andrew Taylor's podcast. I was like, well, that's interesting, but it just looks like too good to be true type of thing, right? Um, and then I forget about it. A couple weeks go by, I see it again. So I go to his YouTube channel. I start watching all these testimonials, all these interviews, kind of like we're doing right now, and it really just built my belief in, okay, this is legit. They're definitely not hiring actors to come on
Yeah.
and share these stories.
Yeah.
Um, so then I DM'd Andrew one day and I go, hey man, like I'm ready to get started. Like, what do I need to do? He's like, reach out to Al up in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, which is, I'm in Washington State here in Seattle, which isn't too far from me. So I call Al. He gets me in licensing. I got licensed in like 8 days, I think. Passed my test by 1 point. But hey, 1 point's 1 point.
Hmm.
Got contracted and got started.
That's awesome. You came from TikTok, huh? That's
Yeah.
interesting. I haven't met other agents. I know we were marketing a lot on TikTok, so it's cool to
Mhm.
see that that caught your attention. You saw people winning, and you're like, hey, I want to win too. This insurance thing, it seems interesting. And yeah, the kind of money you're able to make and the families you're able to help is hard to believe at first when you first hear it. You're like, I there's a lot of fluff out there, especially if you've been in business a while, like I have, and you have. It's a lot of
Right.
fluff, so it's instantly your guard goes up. Like I don't
Yeah.
know about that, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of here in my garage type of stuff,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But if you guys Google, if you don't believe us, you go and Google number one top, industry that makes millionaires. It's financial services, right?
Mhm.
So once I kind of did some research on that, I was like, okay, this makes sense. But it's a very well kept secret, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was surprised too because I didn't look much into insurance. I always kind of avoided it because I assumed it was like boring or something. and I
Mhm.
like creative stuff. So I just never looked into it. And then when I finally did, I was like, dude, where's this been all my life? Like this
Yeah.
is, it's changed my whole life financially and in a big way. And I wish I would have started this earlier and not hesitated or ignored insurance industry as a whole. So yeah, super cool. I didn't know that's how you got started. So
Yeah. Well,
awesome. Man.
I was building a business on TikTok, kind of in
Ah,
the political, socio-political realm, and making t-shirts, stuff like that. And then I got banned. So then I was like, okay, now I really need to find something because this
yeah.
business isn't going to work out. But
Wow.
yeah, TikTok actually brought me to Family First Life. So
That's sick. That's cool. So we're glad you're here. Obviously, you're working hard. I've seen you constantly at it, and making moves and making sales. And me and you both were in telesales. Telesales is a different animal than in home. If people that have done both know what I'm talking about. But in a lot of ways, I love telesales because if you get it dialed in, it can be much better.
yeah.
Um, for ROI and other things like that. And especially I found too with TurboTax is that for telesales, it actually makes even more sense because
Mhm.
when we created TurboTax, it was for in-homes, and then telesales became a thing for FFL. We started actually doing more of it, and it works even better because now if someone takes forever to respond or gets back to you on a text from 2 weeks ago, hey, you just hop on the phone, take care of it. You don't have to be in your area. You don't have to have it in your schedule and have it work out logistically. It's like, all right, we can take care of you whenever, one phone call away, as soon as they respond. So uh, yeah, tell us a little bit about how you heard about TurboTax. Your initial thoughts, feelings. Was it easy? Was it hard? And just right when you first started using it, give us some insight on that.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. So first of all, guys, with that code below, it's a steal. Okay. And I've been using it probably, 4, maybe 5 weeks, and it's definitely already paid for itself. So I honestly thought it was underpriced. Okay. Now, usually it's what, $100 to someone who doesn't have the code. It's only 60
Right.
bucks a month.
Right.
Now that's just a no-brainer to me because in my mind, I think of everything I purchase as an investment. So if I go buy some nice clothes, it's an investment. If I go buy, healthy food, it's an investment, right? So it's same thing with this. Initially, the thing I liked most about it was I could squeeze all the ROI out of the lead purchase as possible,
Mhm.
opposed to wasting an extra 2 or 3 days recalling those same leads when I could have just bought a new batch and got onto the
Right.
next interested people. The setup super easy. You guys made it super simple with the quick, 1 minute videos, how to set it up. So that was like a no brainer. Everything's plugged in, plug and play. It's automated. So you really don't have to you don't have to be like, computer scientists to like figure
Yeah.
this out. Super simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my process of doing it is I call through my leads on Monday and Thursday. Whoever doesn't answer during the day, I shoot them out. Whoever I don't get in contact with on the new lead list, I shoot out a blast text at 6:30 p.m. because I think that's when most people are, getting back in the door from work, or
Mhm.
they just ate dinner or whatever. They're in front of their phone. And guys, what you'll find is some people that will never answer your phone call are going to answer a text. Okay. And most of the time, if they text you back and set an appointment, they're serious. Okay. Because they took the time to text
Right.
you. Most
100%.
of our clients are 50 to 80 years old. So if they took the time to slowly text you a message back, they're probably pretty serious about this. Right.
Mhm.
And another thing I like about it is how many other people in the life insurance industry, or telemarketers or whatever, are texting their clients? Not many. Okay. So it differentiates yourself right off the bat as, hey, I'm a professional. We have different methods of communication. So I really like that aspect of it.
Mhm.
But the number one useful thing for me, Zach, was the client landing page. Now, in the beginning of telesales, I struggled because I had trouble gaining the trust with the client over the phone. Number one. So my first 2 weeks in the field, the second week I got snowed in. So it was either do nothing or figure out phone sales. So I had to figure out phone sales. And what I tried to do in the beginning was doing my in-home script over the phone. Didn't work. It was too long. People's, attention span short on the phone. So you have to get to the point. Now, to gain the trust, what I started doing is, guys, if you have TurboTax or you get TurboTax, it comes with a free landing page included for your clients. Okay. And that is going to take your credibility from here to like 100% within one text message. So what I do is I added there's two buttons on this page that comes with. There's discover my options, which is, lead form. And then I put a verify my info button under that. And that button, you can link it to your state Department of Insurance to verify your information. So Zach, what I do on the phone now is, before we even, get into the presentation or any of that, I just go, okay, let's say his name's Mark. Mark, you're on a textable number, right? Okay, great. I'm gonna shoot you over a text to my website. Let me know when you get that. Okay, you got it. Go ahead, open that up for me. It's just a good way to put a face to name. You'll see a picture of me there. You see that orange button that says verify my info? Okay, great. Go ahead and click on that. They click on that, takes them to the website. And I go, it'll take you to Washington State Department website. It's just a good way to verify my info. State just requires me to leave that with you today. All right. So number one, they know what you look like. Number two, they have validation through your state that you're legit. Okay.
Right.
And that's really, guys, that's really going to help any objections. Like, I don't want to give my social, or I don't want to give my banking information, because you have credibility. It's the closest you can get to being in their living room or their kitchen.
Absolutely. Yeah. I like that you walk them through that. I need to start doing that in the beginning of the phone call. Hey, go to my website. Hey, that's me. Look, there's a face to the name. Hey, verify my license if you want. There's a direct button right there. This is going to eliminate any doubt and boost your confidence, and then obviously build trust with the client. So you get down to business. Like, you're there to help them, and trying to battle all the credibility stuff, and they've been scammed in the past, and you might be a scam artist, and like just trying to jump through hoops just to prove to them that you are a legit licensed agent. If you don't have to do that, dude, you save so much time. You save them time. You save yourself time, and you just get right down to business and trying to help the client, trying to protect the family.
Exactly.
And that's really what that client-facing website is designed to do, is get all that out of the way before you even get on the call, really. I love it. So that's cool that you've really leveraged that, and that's helped. And I know for me, when I've used it, I've tried to like go ahead and give my license number right in the beginning of the phone call. I'm like, oh no, I saw your website already. I already saw you're legit. I saw your license. Like, we're good. Let's just start. I'm like, great.
Yeah.
This saves me some time.
The easier we can make it for people over the phone, the easier it's going to be for us too. Just cut right through all the BS and go, okay, here's my information, because I'm gonna be asking for your information. So why would I not give them my information, right? I mean, it's just straightforward as it gets. But on the other hand too, Zach, what I like is you guys launched the agent recruiting landing page. Now, before, what I was doing was sending a YouTube video and literally like 10 different links, which just makes things way too confusing. So I really like how you guys have streamlined it to where it's like, okay, watch the video. If this is something you might be interested in, you fill out the form and we'll reach out to you. It's that simple.
Yep. And then for those that want to check out what Logan's website looks like, for people that are curious about becoming agents or already an agent, maybe work with a different agency and are curious about FFL and want to learn more, you can just check out the website right there, loganwithffl.com. Fill out that form, and then we get a phone call with you and chat and answer any questions you might have. But yeah, anyone that wants to use TurboTax, this comes with it for people building agencies. It's a templated website pre-built for you. You just add your photo, your information, obviously, and then you're ready to go. And I know a lot of agents really benefit from this, that have been able to bring on new agents and wouldn't have been able to do it otherwise without the credibility of the website. So it definitely helps with that too.
And I want to touch on one more thing on that, is you guys added a campaign for agent recruits. So, I get ZipRecruiter leads in for people who are interested in this opportunity. I put them in a spreadsheet. Okay. And then I put them in the agent recruiting, text messages. So it's all automated. I put my Calendly link, or you can use the TurboTax scheduling. And it literally just sends them a message like, hey, this is Logan. I got your ZipRecruiter ad. I'm an agency manager at Family First Life. If you're interested in learning more, go ahead and book a call with me below. So 9 times out of 10, I don't even have to call the recruits. I'm just sending them text messages. They're booking calls with me, so
Nice.
that I can spend more time, selling and helping families.
And that shows a lot of interest too. If they're responding to your text or they're scheduling the appointment, you're like, dude, that saves me a phone call because now I
Yeah,
can just get right down to business when it's time to actually talk to them and see if they want to be a part or if they'd be a good fit for your agency. So I love
exactly.
that too. I got to start using some of the strategies you're using. That's good stuff. That's awesome. So cool. And so obviously, the client facing website is paramount, and not only for you, but for your new agents you bring in. You're not
Yeah,
going to want to go build a website for them for every new agent. You want them where they can plug into something. It's pre-built. They follow the training videos. They set it up. It's simple. Now it's duplicatable, and so they can do it, and anyone they bring on as new agents can do it, et cetera, et cetera.
yeah.
And it just makes life easier for the whole agency.
And Zach, I'll tell you, I have not lost a sale because of trust or credibility since I started doing that.
Wow.
Before, I was getting hung up on because they thought I was a scammer
Mhm.
and all this. And you'll be more confident in the presentation too, because it's like, that they know you're legit,
Mhm.
right? You're not just calling them out of, Nigeria or something. You're legit. You're in the
Yep.
state. You're licensed by the state.
And then when you're more confident because they know that you're legit, it comes off in your tonality. And with telesales, confidence and tonality is so important.
Hmm.
And I know a lot of people that struggle. It's because they don't sound confident in what they're presenting, what they're sharing, the product, asking questions. They're timid, and even just a little bit of timidness comes off in your tonality when you're on the phones, and it makes a
Yeah,
major difference whether you realize it or not. With telesales, I've noticed. So if you're feeling more confident, you're going to sound more confident, and you're going to obviously be able to help more families that way. So that's super cool. Yeah, I'm glad you really touched on the websites that come with it. But obviously, you've gotten some sales, close to 10. We were talking before. You got close to 10 sales in the last 5 weeks by leveraging texting. Obviously, dialing, booking appointments, dialing, one call close, all great for telesales. But there's going to be those people that don't answer. So you upload your whole list, you send out a text blast, you reach out to all of them, it drips on them, and it basically squeezes that lead list to where you've resolved every single lead and you've gotten somewhat of a response back from someone, and you've squeezed out all the interested folks that kind of float to the top where you
yeah.
can book an appointment and help. So talk about that a little bit. Obviously, 10 sales, that's huge, and that's huge for your ROI, but that's also huge for those families that never would have been helped if you didn't reach out to them.
Exactly. And even another thing I added was, instead of anyone that no shows me, I created a custom campaign because you guys don't have to use the TurboTax campaign. I recommend you do, but you can create your own campaigns
Right,
too.
right.
So I created a no-show campaign. So at the end of the day, for example, today I got no-showed, let's see, twice. So those two people tonight are going to go into a no-show campaign that reaches out to them and says, "Hey, this is Logan. You missed our appointment earlier today. Do you want to reschedule for tomorrow, or is Friday better?" Okay. And then if they don't answer, follows up with them 2 days later. "Hey, this is Logan, are you still interested in getting protection for your family or not?" Just kind of cut to the chase so I can cancel them off. So that's also going to help squeak because those people already booked an appointment. There's some level of interest there,
Right, right.
you know? Now when it comes to like booking the appointments, obviously, calling them is king, right? You can tie it down, all that good stuff. But in my opinion, I feel like if, like we were touching on earlier, if a 50 to 80-year-old is texting you back and forth, and it's not easy for most of them. I watch my, parents do it all the time.
Yeah.
If they're texting you back and forth and they're committing to an appointment through text message, I mean, they're probably pretty serious.
Mhm.
And from what I've seen, most of the people are.
Big time. Yep. Yeah, because I've seen my grandma text. I love her, but it isn't fast, and it takes a lot of focus, commitment, no distractions for her to get a simple text out. And and they're serious. They're showing uh, buying signals, right? Big time. Even if they, on the drip campaign where it asks them like, "Hey, this is Logan, right? This is Mary, right? This what?" And if they say yes, that's showing that, hey, there's a level of interest there.
Right.
because they're actually engaging with you, and that's what we're looking for. TurboTax helps you engage with the lead. Now you take it over and you handle the rest of it. You do the rest of the work, get that appointment, obviously get the sale. So
Right.
just knowing what signs of interest there are, that helps too. And you can also mark each lead. If you tag a lead as interested, you just go into the little edit sign, you tag it as interested. A lot of people don't know this. It's going to throw them into the interested section on the opportunities pipeline. So then when they go to the pipeline, they can drag and drop, like interested, book to call, sold to call, etc. It's all the interested people are going to be in one line. You can just continue to follow up with them or book an appointment from there. And yeah, and it just helps you squeeze out your leads and make the most of your investment. So
yeah,
that's
and
what it
even
comes
if
down
they
to.
say yes, this is Mary, well, now you know the information is correct. You can go door knock them if they're
Yeah.
close or whatever. Even if you're doing it in person, I mean, they've confirmed they are who they are, right? So you can go door knock those people too.
Yep. And then when you door knock them, you know that there's a level of interest there. So you got the right house, and you know there's a level of interest. That's more worthy of a door knock than a random number you've never talked to or got a text from. So it boosts your chances of helping that family. And sometimes I just call them. If they show some interest, maybe they stop texting, they ghost you, or they're busy or whatever. Just call them. And I've said this on other calls. I call them. I say, "Hey, Mary, this is Zach. Yeah, I was the agent. I was texting you back and forth in regards to the life insurance or mortgage protection or whatever." And then they just know exactly what I'm talking about. And then they go, "Yeah, hey, how's it going?"
I
And
need to do that. I probably have 100, 150 people who've responded, but then they don't respond to my next text or my third text. So I should probably put them in a phone burner folder and just call through them one day.
yeah, that's it. Because you'll book those. I book a ton of those where they've shown interest, but they just, how people are with texting. They don't always get back to you, or they forget or whatever, but they're interested. So call them and just pick up where you left off. It's an easier book because you've already been talking to them. You've already built that rapport a little bit and they've shown interest. So little tips and tricks makes a big difference. It's just using a tool that, in my mind, it's essential. Like if you're just dialing and you're not texting, you're leaving money on the table. You really are, because there's a ton of people like Logan, 10 sales in the last 5 weeks. He wouldn't have got those 10 sales if he didn't reach out via text. So, I mean, yeah, you can do fine just dialing, but again, you're leaving money on the table. Family's unhelped, and you're not getting the most out of your most ROI you can possibly get out of your lead
You guys,
investment each week.
and Zach, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys do have an email feature too, right?
Yep. So we have an email feature as well. So we get a ton of emails from majority of the leads we buy. So hey, email them. Some leads, they don't text much, but they email. So you have the ability to email blast your leads as well, for sure.
Yeah, it's just all about being omnipresent. Like we're gonna hit them with the phone calls, the text message, the emails. If all that fails, hey, go knock on their door if they're local. If
Yep,
you're doing
absolutely.
telesales, and obviously you can't do that, but
Right.
all forms of communication can kind of help.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just using all the tools, man. It's like, hey, would you build a house with just a hammer, or are you going to build a house with a bunch of power tools, right?
Right.
It's like, yeah, you can still do it with the hammer to a degree, but why not
Yeah.
use all the power tools, all the tools that are available to you to,
Yeah. And
do your best.
if you guys are texting people one by one, I mean, that just takes so much time, right? Like,
Mhm.
dude, just stop being cheap. Get TurboTax. Let's get this rolling. It's
Yep.
automated. You don't have to think about it, and you'll have an extra, at least 10 appointments on the board each week that you didn't even call physically. So it's a
Yeah,
no-brainer.
you said it, man. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, and that's why we give everyone a free trial. Like, try it out yourself. You get 14 days. Try it out. You're going to get $20 worth of text credit during your free trial. So you're going to be able to get a bunch of texts and book some appointments for free. And you're going to see, like, if you do a text blast about 100, 150 people, you're going to see some results. You're going to see people interested. Maybe 4 to 7 of them are going to show some interest. And from there, it's up to you to book those. And you're going to make some money. Like, hey, your free trial, make a couple sales. The average sale here at FFL is one family, which, I won't get into the exact numbers, but FFL pays well. That's what I want to get into, and what people need to know. So
Yeah, and guys, put your old leads in there too. If you got
Yeah.
leads from 6 months, I mean, people like Mike Curry, Brody, I mean, they put old leads in there all the time. They're getting sales from people from 6 months to a year ago to even 2 years ago. So don't be afraid. Just put, it's a numbers game at the end of the day. More people you send out a text blast, more people book appointments, more closes you get. It's like anything else.
100%. I talked to Matt Goodrich. He's one of the new users, and he's been an agent for a while. He's got thousands of leads, and he did his first text blast. It was a 12-month-old lead, old internet lead, $1,500 America. Amazing, So use old leads. That's the first thing you should do is obviously test them out with old leads. Use a free trial. Go ahead, get some appointments, get some sales, and have some fun. So cool, man. Well, with that, I'll wrap it up here. I appreciate you hopping on here and sharing your thoughts, your experience, and it's been fun watching you get some telesales and use TurboTax and leverage that. So really appreciate you. Any final thoughts or anything else before we wrap it up here?
No, guys. I mean, if you're struggling right now, you don't really know, what to do next with how to get more appointments. Try this out. Like Zach said, if you try it out for 2 weeks, you completely hate it, then hey, at least you gave it a try. But I haven't heard. I've probably had 20 people just get this program just from my results, and I don't think any of them have not went past those 2 weeks. So I would say at least give it a try. Try to get some more appointments on the board and more families helped. But Zach, I appreciate you having me on today, and keep crushing it.
Awesome. You as well. All right, guys. Have a good day and talk to you guys soon. See you later.